Hey everyone, it's Autumn, and I am actually doing a video on a topic that was requested from one of my viewers. Here's the comment, and let's get to it. Today's topic is atheism on college campuses. I'm a college student now. I go to Winthrop University, and one of the things that I wanted to bring out when I'm talking about atheism on my college campus, because keep in mind this is just my experience individually on my individual campus, and in this one class I'm going to talk about. In the class we had to use this book. It's actually specifically made for and edited for my college, but it's an anthology. It's a collection of different essays. These are the different ones that I read, all marked up for the reason why this book and that class is pertinent to this conversation about atheism on my college campus and my experience is that the anthology is separated into different categories: the self in education, the autonomous self, the self in the community, the self in nature, and the self in the sacred. And the self in the sacred is all about religion. The book is that for the class is called The Human Experience. Who am I? HMXP, and I'll be saying HMXP as a abbreviation to keep things, not as lengthy. So what is this HMXP class that I had to take? Well, everybody on my college campus has to take it. Anybody who's going to my school, Winthrop University, has to take it, and this is the book, and it's required, and it's got all these important works in it compiled together. So, the reason why we have this class is because I go to a liberal arts school. Something that we discuss in the class is about how going to school and education, the purpose is to teach you how to think instead of what to think. What will happen is you have assigned reading, and then you read it, and then you come to class, and we talk about it. The teacher has prepared content and prepared questions, and it's basically a roundtable discussion. And the point of HMXP is to expose students, no matter who they are, whether they're coming in and taking the class as a freshman or if they're a returning student, a non-traditional student who may be middle-aged. Everybody has to take it. But the point is to get these students, no matter who they are, to think about who they are as a human, think about other people, and to realize that there are people that have different experiences from their own, huge class of different people from different walks of life. The point is to get these people talking and to talk about their own personal experience, and that does include sexual orientation, it does include politics, and it does include the religion, and that's what the last section of this anthology is about. So this is a semester-long class, and over the course of the semester, all the students eventually will start talking to one another. Eventually they'll open up and share those personal details. And you have to participate in the class because, that's how you're going to get graded. There's also essays you had to write with using, arguing for a point, and then using sources in the book as to back up your point. But the point is to get the students thinking and to be thinking about other people and who they are. That's why it's called the human experience. And as college students, a lot of times, if you are a traditional college student, you're just figuring out who you are. You may not even have a declared major yet. You might just be starting, you might be taking classes that are just your general education that everybody has to take, like this class. And you can also see this other video about a class that everybody has to take on my campus that I did after I finished first semester. Random plug. So throughout the semester, all these students eventually start talking, and they start opening up and sharing these personal anecdotes about their life. And the last topic, the last section in the anthology is the self and the sacred. Pieces from the self and the sacred include From Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis, the I Have a Dream speech by Martin Luther King Jr., The Sacred Arts of Life by Thomas More, and there was a few others that we didn't read specifically. And so eventually, when we're in this section, the professor facilitates a conversation that started, no matter what class I have at least one atheist in every single one of my classes when I teach this class. She actually asked the question, is anybody in here an atheist? And I raised my hand. So there was one other student that said that they were agnostic, but on the day that we raised our hands, it was me, the cheese, that stood alone. And my professor would talk about her own personal views on religion. She would talk about her religious upbringing, and she would make excuses for Christianity a lot. I would say things that just would upset her, which, you know. So at my college, religion is openly discussed in class, and it's encouraged because we want the student body to be well educated, you know, not just in their specific major, but also in life and about dealing with people. Again, learning how to think instead of what to think. It's a bit easier to learn how to think when you learn that other people think differently than you. When it comes to religion on my campus specifically, there's a bunch of different Christian organizations, but you know, you can have that. I do not know if the Secular Student Alliance has a presence at Winthrop University. I heard at once that they did, but I never got confirmation, so I'll have to re-look into that to see if there is a chapter at my university when I go back in the fall. Also, when it comes to religion, there are women that wear hijabs around my campus, and it makes me very happy because they're just like everybody else, and they're super stylish, and they just have an extra accessory, and so I mean, it's just great because otherwise, other than my college campus, I almost never see anybody wearing traditional head covers around town, and so that's always nice to see. And I actually made 2 friends that are Wiccans, so that's interesting. It's different. It's cool, and I became really good friends with one. Shout out to little Ashley. Hi. She's amazing, and I love her, and she was a great friend that supported me throughout my first 2 semesters of college, and we both can agree that, you know, when religion gets in between someone's how they deal with reality, that's when it's a problem. And we were talking about that when it comes to people that, you know, won't take kids to the doctor because they're going to pray to fix an illness. And when it comes to Wiccans that are just going to use herbs and stuff that's natural to treat diseases like depression and anxiety, as opposed to going to see an actual psychotherapist or getting some prescriptions for some antidepressants that could really help them improve their quality of life. Alright, that's it for today, everybody. If you have any more suggestions for me, leave them down in the comments below. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Bye!